Hello and welcome to another video on Vishesh's Web Dev Crash Course. Today we're going to be covering links. So this is just something that's written by AI, and here are the different types of links. So this back to top, which brings you back to the top, is a Google in another window, which opens a new tab for Google. There's just ordinary to Google, which redirects you there. And then there's a send email, which, well, I think it's because I haven't got a default mail, but this will generally cause a mail to open. Oh, it has opened, it's just not on the, oh, never mind. So today we're going to be covering how to make, the only reason I added all of this rubbish is so that the back to top is actually useful. Oh, so yeah, we're going to be making this, and we're going to be making these links. So the first thing we're going to want to do, we're going to want to go into here, right click on that, new folder, then 3 tables. Pull up our terminal. I'm not sure if I've showed you this, but there are actually functions that you can use to make stuff like cd, that's just to change your directory. Then you can just drag and drop that. And then touch, which creates a new file. That works. If you look at here, index.html. Now we're going to want to link this with our GitHub, so we've got all of our stuff here. You can actually just use this if you want, but I want to use master because that works better with Visual Studio Code. So obviously I've got git init, then git add all, which is that dot, git commit dot dash m, added index.html, and git, oh wait, but that would work. But if we still try to push it to git, do you see what will happen? It will show you there is no configured push destination because it doesn't know where you're trying to push it. So you can just push it from here, and that codes what's here. Git remote, add origin. This also automatically updates, which is awesome. You can just copy this and paste this here. That's done. Then git push dash u origin master. And it will gather everything and it will push it. Check it. And should come here. There we go. Just go back to here. Clear, and that just clears everything. So you can just, I'm sure you remember, just exclamation mark, and that will give you this document. It is, let's just call it links. So what I did to get all of that rubbish, you could do this. It's Control I, or you could just go here. This one's a little bit more advanced. So a new feature just dropped. There is multiple functions, like you can ask a question, you can ask it to edit, or agent. Agent is really useful, which is what I'm going to use. So lines of with. So this backtick, you will generally find that on your keyboard at on the left of your one, and it's just press the button and you don't need to shift press it. And what this does, it formats it like this, like code, which is what it is, which I think is cool. It's useful. Now we wait. I skipped the boring part. I just skipped the boring part for you, so it takes a bit of time sometimes because it's 100 lines. So he just shows you it, and then you can just press keep, and that's it. Now I've got it. If you don't want it, you can also press undo. And once you're done, you can just press done, and that's it. You can close it if you want, or you can keep it. So now that we've got all of this, we've got our text. We can check it out by remember just right click or copy path or shift alt C. Do any of you guys actually remember this? I don't. So I'll just bring that over. Here we go. So this is our thing. But you might have noticed there it was text aligned in the middle. It wasn't on the left. So I'm going to show you a really, really old technique to do that. So this, most people don't actually use this anymore and they just use CSS, but we're not doing CSS right now. So it's the center element. See, it's showing in red because it's technically outdated. Control X to cut. It's in your clipboard, so you can just Control V to paste it back. Might as well indent it. So yeah, now we can check it out. It should have come up. There we go. It's long. Now, what we're going to want to have are links, right? So let's add a H1. H1. This is the top. Um, Best practice is actually not to do it here, but I'll show you. Now, we're just going to add that link down here at the bottom. Sorry. href top back to top. Now, this is not going to work. Do you know why? Control click to follow the link and then tries to find a file called a top in this. And that's where this error is coming from. So, if we want this to bring it back up, we're going to want to make it come inside our file. How we do that, we need to give something here an ID. I'm going to go over to this body. I'm going to add an ID. Okay, then you just type top in here. Now the ID of this is top. The thing with ID is that you can only use it once for this. So like you can't add an ID here that says top. You need to add a different one. This will be useful when we start to do CSS and JavaScript. So that's an ID element. What about if I wanted to have it on multiple things? I could add a class element. This is the same as this is essentially the same, except I can use it on multiple things. So now that I've got my ID up here, I should indent this, shouldn't I? Here we go. We are going to put a hash here. The hash means it's calling on an ID. Now if we click here, it's going to bring us back here because we've got an ID. For a class, it will be dot, but it doesn't want to work here. I'm not sure why. I'm going to need to figure that out. Or you can search it up. So yeah, you can even go test this link out if you want. Save this and go back here. Lorem ipsum dolor whatnot. Refresh it. Here we go. This is the top. If we go to the bottom, got it back to top, which brings us back to the top. So the other links that you might have seen is, hold up a second. So I got it. So obviously that is the top. We've got our absolute gibberish that he wrote that time. We've got back to top, Google in another window, it should be tab, to Google, and send email. Do you think you know how to do this? If you think you do, just pause the video and try it out. Okay, so how we're going to do this, you might have seen, the answer is coming up right down at the bottom. Unfortunately, you'll see like over here. Unfortunately, when I move my mouse, the answer is right there. https www.google.com. And here, mailto@someone.example.com. Those are the answers. And obviously this, it doesn't, we just put hashtag top. So how we do this, why is this still here? So how we do this, we actually just go here, href, what was that? https. When you're linking it here, usually you don't have to add the https, but since you're linking it inside code, it makes it easier for the browser. Look, I can get rid of this if I want, but lets me know that it's a link. It's a good practice. www.google.com to Google, capitalized, thank you. And a href, you can see it over here. It's mail to. You don't have to add anything fancy at the front. It's just mail to, and then you just type in whatever email. There I used someone at example.com, and that's done here. So let's just quickly add this to our GitHub. So something cool, you can do it all in one line if you use the semicolon. You'll find out why when we get into JavaScript, because Bash is a JavaScript terminal. So we can just go git add dot, and then semicolon, git commit dot dash m added links semicolon, then git push. And that's done everything. Cool. Now, how do we make this? Oh, wrong one. How do we make this go to Google in another tab? Here it opens in another tab, but our link only opens in this tab. Oh yeah, we probably should space that out, but we'll worry about that later. So there is a cool function. We'll just copy this real quick and paste it here. So with this, you can make it open in another tab. I only learned this quite recently, actually. So that is the target function. You see, it comes up here. Here's the definition. Specifies where to link the linked URL and whatnot. Like self, load the URL in the same one, blank. So this means it'll just replace our current tab. Blank, load the URL into new browsing content, usually a tab, but you can configure browsers to use new windows instead. That's in the browser settings. Parent, load into the parent browsing context of the current one. If there's no parent, this just replaces it. And top, loaded into the top level browsing content, highest browsing content, yeah, whatnot. So we're just using target blank to open it in a new tab and save that and tab. Oh, whoopsies. Alt tab. And now if you see, the second one opens it in a new tab. But where the banana? So let's just space these out real quick. Do you remember how to do this? Hint, hint. So that's just BR. Break. Line break. And that's it. Now we're done. Git add. Oh, there's a function. You don't have to git added. You can just git commit dash A, then dash M, and this. What's our message going to be? Added line spacing for links and oh my gosh, I forgot. Added new tab link. And that's it. Now I'll just push slowly. Yeah, that's it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the next video. I'll need to add something. I haven't planned anything. So, well, whatever it is, you need to find out by going there, I guess. So see you there.